Hey guys, welcome back to What If Tech. Today we're going to be discussing the difference and uses between a hard drive and a solid state drive. So, let's discuss that now. The difference between a hard drive and a solid state drive are quite obvious. A hard drive, also known as HDD, which stands for hard disk drive. And the other thing called SSD, it stands for solid state drive, which means there are no moving parts in it, unlike the hard drive counterpart, which has a spinning disk. Hard drives are a lot cheaper to buy because of how much easier they are to produce. However, they are a lot bigger to fit into your computer, and they are slower in speed because they have a moving disk, which limits the speed that it can go at. A solid state drive, however, is a lot smaller because there are no moving parts necessary, and it's a lot faster. However, the downside is that it tends to be a lot more expensive than hard drives per gigabyte. That makes it a bit more difficult to acquire one, so people are more likely to buy a hard drive if they want to have a lot of space, but if they want to have fast space, they choose a solid state drive. So for hard drives, they have a good amount of uses. If you want to have a lot of mass storage, say you want to store a bunch of video files or games, then you can store them on a hard drive, and you can get plenty of space for a pretty good price. However, there are some downsides to this, seeing as it'll be a lot slower to move files to and from the hard drive than it would to move files to and from a solid state drive. However, the price of the hard drives being a lot lower than the solid state drives makes them a lot better for bulk storage. With solid state drives, if you want to have very fast file transfer and you want to use it to boot up your computer fast and to run games well by being able to load in new areas a lot faster, then a solid state drive is what you need. They are a lot more expensive than hard drives, but the payoff is worth it for the extra speed. If you want to have bulk storage, solid state drives are a lot smaller than hard drives. You can technically store a lot more in a computer, and depending on how many hard drive or SSD powering cords you have on your motherboard. So in conclusion, if you want to get a hard drive for your computer, it would be best to use it as a secondary storage device for extra files. However, if you don't want to pay the price for a solid state drive, then a hard drive can be pretty good for entry-level gaming. If you want to get a solid state drive, that's great, but don't use it as secondary storage unless you have the money to spare, because they're a lot more expensive. But they're great for Windows installations to be stored on and game libraries. So, if you guys thought this video was helpful, leaving a thumbs up would be very appreciated, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.